Hey guys, Vic here from Theme Park Chasers, and today I'm back with another review. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it's like 3 months since I've made the last review, which was Twisted Timbers at King's Dominion. And today I'm going to be reviewing Montu at Busch Gardens Tampa in Tampa Bay, Florida. This is a B&M Invert that opened in May of 1996, and despite its age, it is running it's just running very well. Like, it's really intense. Probably like one of the most intense coasters I've ridden. It's in my top 10. And today I'm going to be talking about my overall thoughts, the ride experience, and layout. And I'll give my final overall score. So for stats, Montu has a height of 150 feet with a drop of 128 feet at a 50-degree angle. Sorry, it's been like so long since I've done this like a review. A speed of 60 miles per hour, 7 inversions, and a duration of 3 minutes. And that's, I believe, when you leave the station until you hit the brakes. I'm not sure. So let's get into the layout. So you board the train and you pull down your over the shoulder harness, which B&M's shoulder restraints are very comfy in my opinion. I think these are better than the new vest restraints they're now having on their newer coasters. So the floor drops along with this gate, and you dispatch from the station. You make a right-hand turn, which kind of dips a bit down until you exit the turn and start going up the 150-foot tall lift hill. You did get some decent views, such as some cell phone tower in front, a parking lot, and maybe Adventure Island, which is the water park. It's not the best views, but it's certainly not bad. I think it's not like Cole Martin on Wildfire. Like, you really see forests and lakes and all that stuff. So you crest the lift hill, and you go into a bit of a pre-drop before swooping down at 50 degrees. Like, you go down the 128-foot tall drop, and this is a very intense drop. I mean, you don't get any airtime, but you do get a lot of positive G's, and you do feel the speed you just feel the coaster starting to speed up. So as you swoop down the drop, you do feel lots of G's kicking in, especially when you exit the drop, like you reach the bottom. As you go into the first inversion, a vertical loop, which is a very intense element. I like the G's you get on that. Inversion. And as you exit the vertical loop, you do go into a tunnel. You curve a bit before going into the second inversion, which is an Immelman. This Immelman is very intense. I like how you interact with some of the theming right there. And as you exit the Immelman, you go into the third inversion, a 0G roll, which is a very whippy element. And you exit the 0G roll, go into some trims before going to probably the most intense part of the ride, which is the Batwing. And also this Batwing, which is 2 inversions back to back, which are pretty whippy and snappy. It's just so insane, and when you hit the bottom, it's just G-force heaven. I don't know what to say. And you do go into a bit of a trench, so like as you go into these 2 inversions, you do go into a trench, which is a very nice. It's I don't know what to say. Like, it's been like so long since I made these type of videos, but this inversion is basically, I just don't know what to say about it, like how it feels. Like, this moment is just unbelievable. I'm not sure. So as you exit the Batwing, you do go into the only mid-course brake run ride, which while you do lose some momentum, it does provide a good breather for guests. So you exit the mid-course brake run, swoop down into another trench before going to the 6th inversion, a vertical loop, which while it might not be as intense as the first vertical loop, which is the first inversion, is still a very fun element. You then exit the trench and go into a helix before you kind of dip down a bit into a bank turn right next to the queue line, which if you're staying near the queue line, you do get some nice views of this element. And after you go through the bank turn, you do go into the final inversion, into your final trench. And well, I was gonna say, you go into the final trench, into the final inversion, a corkscrew, which is probably one of the most whippiest elements I've ever experienced on a coaster. And if you're not prepared, it can be pretty surprising. Like, it's very crazy. You then go into a right-hand turn and snap into the final brake run. Overall, this is an awesome coaster. Like, some elements, I just don't know what to say. Like, it's just freaking insane. And the coaster does have some decent theming. It is located right into the Egyptian section of the park. And it's themed to the Egyptian god of war, which is Montu. The queue does have some hieroglyphics and paintings and maybe some ruins. It's supposed to look like an ancient Egyptian ruins or something. That's what I'm not sure. Like, the coaster doesn't really have a story. And while it may not be as well themed as its next door neighbor Cobra's Curse, it still has some decent theming that at least it looks nice, or at least they kind of tried. I'm not sure. Like, it's not really that well themed, but there's some decent theming in the queue, and I liked how they tried. And this coaster also has a front row line. Now, this front row line can get a bit crowded on certain days. Like, it could have a long line just to go in the front row. So my advice is to probably, as soon as the park opens, you go before park opening, head directly into Montu and see if you can get front row rides, like go in the front row line, so that you can get some nice views. Like, I think front row is very nice because you can see the trenches that you're going through, and just the coaster itself. Like, I think front row is really nice too, but I prefer the back because back is freaking insane. Like, every element I've been through, it just whips. Like, it just snaps you through every element. It's really nice. So, for Monty's final overall score, I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10, which is kind of not surprising. This thing is amazing. Yes, I said it's my top 10, and it's only my top 2 in the park, only behind Kumba in the same park, which is also another B&M. And I think this might be number 3 once Iron Gwazi opens. But I'm not sure. I think either way, the park's still going to have an awesome top 3. And I still have to go back to Busch Gardens and re-ride this coaster. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. Make sure to hit the like button. Hit the notification bell to be notified by every video. Subscribe to Theme Park Chasers and stay tuned for more videos coming to the Theme Park Chasers. And I'll catch you guys next time.